these drones come from, besides the fact that they were produced by people like ITT Company and Mr. Loranger? It comes from the essential opposition of the war and all the civilian killings that these wars have caused. The drones are an innovation of a capitalist imperialist war machine, the biggest in the history of the world, to avoid involving human beings immediately in killing people. Of course, the human beings we know about are the ones sitting in Missouri and Nevada and now in Pakistan who are directing these drones. And we know very, very much about how these drones are operating in Pakistan and Afghanistan. This is not surgical strike warfare against the so-called insurgents. This is a situation where the U.S. pays people to identify the targets for these drone attacks. And these guys walk around the neighborhood with little electronic tickets that they hang on people's doors. And that is the target that homes the drone in to destroy that particular house. On the basis of what? A criminal investigation? Any serious identification that these people are in fact insurgents or against the U.S. government or against their own government, or in fact have materials to make bombs or anything? Absolutely not. They're paying anyone to hang these things. And we know that while the government charges the level of civilian murders is going down as the drone bombing increases, that we have no basis to know whether that's true. This is another political claim by the Bush regime and now by the Obama administration that they're not killing civilians, they're only killing armed insurgents, terrorists. But we look around here in this country and we realize that anyone from South Asia, any Arab, any Muslim especially, is now widely being identified as a terrorist, as if these things are equivalent. So imagine, what's been released starting yesterday again by our friends and heroes in the U.S. military through WikiLeaks shows us even more. A very high percentage of civilians being killed in these wars. This is what makes the U.S. military unsafe and unable to go among the civilian population. It's exactly what the U.S. military is doing, busting into people's houses, destroying their civil society, dropping these drones from a distance. Even the WikiLeaks video, Collateral Murder, if you step back and look at that, which everyone must. In fact, we brought 10 copies of the DVD with all of this on it that World Can't Wait's distributing. That Collateral Murder video and that Apache helicopter was over a mile away from the people that it killed. People never, you look at that and you say, why didn't they duck? They had no way of knowing it was coming.
Yeah, these drones fly at 50,000 feet, higher than an airliner.
Yeah, and the talk amongst the people who are directing these drones has developed into sort of a black, macabre slang. The people who are hit by the drones are referred to, according to Jane Mayer, as squirters.
As what?
Squirters.
Does it squirt blood?
The drone hits, the people squirt in all directions. These destroy buildings, they destroy human flesh, they make it impossible to tell who was killed by these drones. And we have to think seriously about the fact that Barack Obama has increased by a factor of 8 the amount of drones dropped in Pakistan and Afghanistan. He's dropped them in the Sudan, Somalia, and Yemen. This is a threat hanging over everybody.
Theodora, why did you come out to this march today?
I came out because I am an advocate for peace, and I think these drones that are being built to kill poor innocent people as well as our own troops is a very cowardly act. Because these guys, they push buttons, kill people, and then go and have dinner. I think that's absolutely obscene. And I will do anything in my power to bring peace, even if I have to die for it. That's what I'm after.
In May of last year, a former advisor to General Petraeus named David Kilcullen told Congress that the drone attacks had killed 17 al-Qaeda leaders, but had also killed 700 civilians. He said the attacks were enraging the population and making things easier for al-Qaeda, and he called for an end to the drone attacks. Petraeus and Obama ignored his advice and have tripled the drone attacks.